the social contract with you, my dear people. It was a contract to move the lever of development and growth of our people and our state through industrialization and infrastructural renaissance, using the three gateways of development: land, air, and sea. It was a contract to provide quality healthcare and quality education to our children in line with the realities of the 21st century expectations. It was a contract aimed at engendering a new order to ignite entrepreneurial spirit in our people and show in practical terms that all we need to succeed and that a reliance on government from cradle to grave was a self-limiting proposition that must and should be jettisoned. It was a contract to dare and dream, to prove doubters wrong, that even without controlling policies, where the passion is right and creativity shapes the heart and mind of a leader, great and enduring achievements can be made. It was a contract to rewrite the Akwa Ibom story and raise the profile of our state as an emerging industrial hub. It was a contract to restore peace, civility, and tolerance in governance by adopting the right tone and tenor in our daily engagements. It was a contract to unite our people around common ideals, to chart a new course for ourselves, predicated on our shared values, orientation, ethos, ideals, and abiding love. It was a call to Dakada, to the faith of our greatness. Above all, it was a contract that was signed, overseen, and affirmed with ecclesiastical blessing and clarity, since the Almighty God alone is the author and finisher of all our undertakings. 7 years later, to the glory of the one who reigns supreme, I can say boldly and satisfactorily that we have delivered on the terms of the contract. Even our critics would agree, even if they won't come out to say so publicly, that we have fulfilled the terms of the contract. The Akwa Ibom fountain of growth is sprouting heaven's word and is poised to soak us all in growth and prosperity going forward. That is the verdict, the unvarnished truth, and this verdict is sacrosanct. The facts and the evidence bear us out. The first term of the initial contract we signed with you was predicated on 5 critical points of job creation, poverty alleviation, infrastructural consolidation and expansion, wealth creation, and economic and political inclusion. We later expanded the above set of ideals into the 8-point completion agenda, comprising industrialization, infrastructure, aviation development, agriculture, human capacity development, security, small and medium-scale enterprises, and rural and riverine development. All things considered, given the harsh economic tailwind that confronted us when we first came in, given the 2 recessions we experienced, given the 1 year the world stood still due to COVID-19 pandemic, I made bold to say emphatically and unequivocally that across sectors we have done exceedingly well. As I said earlier this year, if we were to score ourselves, I still would give us above 85% by the time we are done next year. That score would have inched up considerably. In infrastructural expansion, we promise to consolidate and expand on the gains of that sector. Today, our achievements in that sector are all there for everyone to see. Let me start from the airport expansion project. I've always said that the soul and character of a state and the people are shaped or gauged right from the port of arrival. To drive up what I mean above, let me quote from what the President of Confederation of Football, CAF, Patrice Motsepe, the South African billionaire, a man who has extensive business concerns in over 40 countries, said on May 19th, when he led other presidents of the African Football Associations on a courtesy call at the Exco chambers of the Government House on that day. He said, I quote, "Let me commend you for the world-class infrastructure I've seen here. When I arrived at the airport and I was being driven to the city center, I told myself that what I am seeing here compares to what I've seen in the developed world. The roads are world-class, and I want to thank you for your leadership and the peace you have ensured here, which is why we decided to come here." unquote. As one who has seen such developments elsewhere and what it does for the character of a city, I made the promise to expand the road leading to the city center to an 8-lane boulevard. Today, work is seriously ongoing, and we hope to get the road commissioned before I leave office next year. The soul and the heart of our state, right from the airport, have been positively defined. As you enter the city center, you will soon be welcomed by a 10-lane, fully lit and fully manicured boulevard that will, upon being commissioned, would compare with any such major road in the world, the Udom Emmanuel Avenue. This road, a hugely economically viable road, cuts the traffic into the city center and shortens the travel time through the state, either from Noku in Ibesikbo Sultan or to Maniba Road in the heart of the city. Today, the value of landed property along that road has appreciated considerably. Those who own lands in the area are smiling to the banks as several commercial enterprises have started springing up. Wealth is being created, and that was what we promised our people in our initial 5-point agenda. The Uyi-Ikoregbene Road has been completed and commissioned. It is one of our most beautiful roads, and it connects our capital city to the raffia city of Ikoregbene and the neighboring states in the east. The increased volume of business has earned the people of that area sustainable living. This again ties into our wealth and poverty reduction agenda. The Uetina Road, a marvel to behold, is almost 90% complete with a bridge at Egbenupa, a masterpiece of design fully lit up. Today, goods and services are being transported seamlessly and painlessly along that corridor. The Ikoroku-Ikono flyover, one of the longest in this part of the geopolitical zone, has been completed and commissioned. Etinan Donoyo Road, Eket Etinan Road, as well as urban roads in Oron, Eket and Ikoregbene and other localities have either been completed and commissioned or are currently ongoing. The glittering 21-story Dakada Towers today stands tall as a testament to an emerging commercial city and has helped define our skyline. Several multinational companies have signed leases in their determined efforts to tap into the prosperity whose foundation we are currently laying in Akwa Ibom State. All across the 3 senatorial districts and the 10 federal constituencies, we have built roads. Some have been commissioned, some are ongoing, and today the state can be linked seamlessly through a rich network of commercially viable roads. I cannot mention all the roads we have constructed, but soon all the roads we have constructed, commissioned, or have ongoing work on it would be published in major newspapers, all the social media platforms, and other media channels, so Nigerians will see what we have used the resources available to us to achieve for our people. The perennial flooding along Sikaido, which before we came in 2015, made that road impassable whenever it rains, has been addressed. The IBB flood control, a huge project done in collaboration with the World Bank, is ongoing. In the power sector, we promised our people power for all by 2021. As I speak, out of the 2,274 gazetted villages in our state, only 5% remains yet to be hooked to the national grid, making us possibly the only state with such a record. We have invested hugely in Ibom Power Plant, and this is a sector that is very critical to our industrialization efforts. The second layer of our gateway of industrialization and development is the aviation industry. Fellow Akwa Ibomites, whether you agree with us politically or not, you will agree with us that we have done a spectacular job in this sector. Today, Ibom Air, the legacy achievement in this sector, dominates the Nigerian aviation industry. A mere 3 years after it started commercial operations, the establishment of Udom Emmanuel is a testament to creativity, to careful planning, and the belief that where the passion is right, nothing can be impossible to achieve. When we mooted the idea of its establishment, many critics said it couldn't be done, that a subnational cannot achieve what the government at the center couldn't pull off. Today, Ibom Air, with a fleet of 7 aircraft comprising 5 CRJ-900 Bombardier series and 2 brand new Airbuses, A220-300 series, with 10 more brand new Airbuses soon to be added to its fleet, has raised the profile of our state and has made the ease of doing business in our state appealing. It has provided jobs to hundreds of our people Our youths are being trained in aircraft maintenance and in flying schools to become commercial pilots. Ibom A represents and has made manifest the biblical assertion that when men are cast down, then thou shalt say there is a lifting up. We are embarking on total aviation development. Our maintain, repair, and overhaul hangar facility is more than 85% complete. Once commissioned, hopefully by October this year, this facility will again create jobs for our people and bring in foreign exchange to our state. Our international terminal building, arguably the smartest and the most intelligent in the nation, is expected to be commissioned before I leave office, with the capacity to process over 1 million passengers a year and fitted with the most current technology available. The Akwa Ibom Airport is poised to make our state an aviation hub in the Gulf of Guinea. This facility has also provided hundreds of jobs to our teeming youths, and once completed, would add hundreds more, thus fulfilling one of the central campaign promises we made, job creation. Our taxiway, the longest in the nation's aviation space, will soon also be commissioned. Fellow Akwa Ibomites, there is no doubt that in 7 years, the story of our growth in the aviation sector is being written in golden lines, and more chapters will be added. We should feel proud of this huge achievement. The third leg of our industrialization agenda was focused on maritime development. Today, the Ibom Deep Sea Port, which was awaiting approval by the Federal Executive Council, has finally been approved, thus situating us on the path for the realization of this great and impactful project. You will recall that upon being sworn in, one of the technical committees I had instituted was that of the realization of the Ibom Deep Sea Port. We thank God that we have finally gotten this process started, and it is my hope the next administration will take this project further and ensure that with a shoreline of over 29 nautical miles, the Ibom Deep Sea Port will move the economy of our state higher, create employment and wealth for our people, and change the dynamics of growth and development of our people. We promise to rapidly industrialize our state and change the narrative of our profile as a purely civil service-oriented state. Today, with 2 recessions and a pandemic, and in spite of the national security challenges, we have maintained peace in our state, which in turn has brought us foreign direct investment, which has helped inch us up, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, as the second destination for foreign investors. The result of this has been the establishment of such commercially viable industries and employment-generating industries, such as the Jubilee Syringe Manufacturing Company, the King's Flour Mill, the Metering Solutions Company, our first of its kind in Nigeria, near Africa, the St. Gabriel Coconut Refinery, which was commissioned a little over 2 weeks ago, the Lion Plywood Company, Rice Mill in Ine, the Fertilizer and Ammonia Plant, the Plastic Making Factory, the first of its kind, the Tissue Making Factory, made from bamboo fiber, among others. These industries have helped in translating our key vision, which was to create wealth and job opportunities for our people. Today, through the value chain and direct employment opportunities, thousands of our people have been gainfully engaged. 7 years ago, when we promised rapid industrialization of our state, many did not believe us. Today, it has been promise made and promise kept. We will soon publish these industries and let the world see what we have used the resources of the state to do in lifting the economic profile of the state and water the seeds of future prosperity. Akwa Ibom is rising, and there's no turning back. It is forward ever and backward never. In the area of agriculture and food security, we have again tackled this area holistically. One of the first assignments I performed upon being sworn in was to set up a technical committee on agriculture and food sufficiency. Today, we have provided the enabling environment for staple foods to be readily available and at affordable price range. The rice mill in Ine has ensured the availability of rice at affordable price. Several dairy processing mills have also ensured that our people have this critical staple food readily available at an affordable price too. We are producing vegetables such as tomato and others which were hitherto thought impossible in these parts. This we have done with the realization that government that is unable to feed her population can never appropriate the full potentials of the people. We are providing soft loans to our farmers through the Ibom Microfinance Bank, aim at strengthening the spirit of agriculture, enterprises, and the extension of advisory services. The essence here is to leverage on our comparative advantage and export our agricultural produce. The recently commissioned coconut oil refinery factory with a capacity to refine and process 1 million nuts per day is a testimony to our determination to strategically diversify our economy through agriculture. Today, jobs are being provided for hundreds of our people through the coconut plantations in Eastern Obolo, Mkparenin, and Okobo to feed our coconut refinery in Mkparenin. In healthcare delivery, we promise to reconstruct and rehabilitate the general hospitals in the 10 federal constituencies and to improve both the primary and secondary healthcare services. Today, that promise has been fulfilled. We have remodeled and equipped with modern amenities that can compare to similar facilities anywhere in the world. General hospitals in Etinan, Ikwitauran, Ikorokoro, Ona, Emmanuel Hospital Leket, Ikorekbene General Hospital, Methodist Hospital Tumbang, and the one in Ikorobasi is currently ongoing. The Ibom Specialist Hospital has been made more functional with the intensive care unit and other amenities added. Our investments in the healthcare sector bore us out wonderfully well during the COVID-19 pandemic when we were able to contain and manage the spread of the virus through the facilities we had already put on ground against such an outbreak of diseases. The 300-bed infectious disease control facility at the Tumbang, complete with one of the largest oxygen plants in the entire nation, has ensured that the mortality rate from that pandemic remains extremely low. We are regularly training our healthcare professionals with new skills to bring up to speed with the standards obtainable in the developed nations. Our healthy citizenry, we have always maintained, is a requirement for the industrial boom that will soon fill our land. In the area of human capacity development and education, we have carefully rejigged and structured our curricula to reflect the realities of the 21st century information, communication, and technology systems. The world has moved beyond a mere possession of certificates or college degrees to having the attendant marketable skill set to complement the degrees and certificates. I want to commend the works of our education think tank and the great recommendations they have made towards improving and deepening our gains in this all-important subsector. We want our children to graduate from schools with the capacity to become entrepreneurs and employers of labor, as opposed to waiting for jobs from government. The Skills Development Center at Ikoradai will soon commence, and we are determined to ensure that our youths have the skill set to participate gainfully in the industrial revolution we are poised to experience in our state. Facilities and conducive environment have been provided for our children to study, and over 2,000 new teachers have been employed to ensure that our children receive the best possible education that money can buy. Today, our WAEC pass rate is about 85%, and we are determined to move that up. We have provided electricity, as I stated earlier, to over 92% of the villages in our rural and riverine areas, alongside feeder roads. The strategic aim here is to curb rural to urban migration and to engender entrepreneurial spirit among the rural dwellers. One of the major areas where we have and continue to enjoy national acclaim is the peace and tranquility we have enjoyed in this state for the past 7 years. Let me use this opportunity to thank our security agencies and our youths for the deep and abiding spirit of cooperation they have shown us in this regard. We couldn't have enjoyed this national acclaim without their willingness to buy into our vision, especially our youths. Let me also commend and celebrate their resourcefulness and also their deciding factor to maintain and sustain the peace by shunning activities that would have imperiled our security and peace. Today, our state is the first destination or recommended venue for important national seminars. People are flocking here daily, and our hotel occupancy rate most times is almost 100%. Investors are also flocking to our state because peace brings development. And on this, I want to thank our people for being great partners in ensuring that we remain what we have always been known for: peaceful, hospitable, and welcoming people. We remain committed to encouraging and supporting our small and medium-scale enterprises as the engine of growth of any economy. The steps we have taken to make our state attractive to investors, the peace we enjoy, and the hospitable and hardworking nature of our people, their creative energies will ensure that we grow our economy. Let me use this opportunity to celebrate our ascendancy in sports. Our football team, the Akwa United, last year were the Nigerian Professional Football League champions. Today, our stadium, the nest of champions, has lived up to its name. Through rigorous maintenance culture, we have turned that stadium to the preferred choice for most CAF competitions, including the CAF Confederation Cup finals between the Orlando Pirates of South Africa and AS Bekene of Morocco that took place a little over a week ago. We have hosted the Spanish giant Atletico Madrid and, of course, the qualifying matches for our Super Eagles during the 2018 World Cup qualifying matches. Let me commend and celebrate the great works that the Family Empowerment and Youth Reorientation Path Initiative, FEREP, have done in providing shelter to widows, the issues of the girl-child gender-based violence, medical outreaches, and support to various women groups, among others. Their worthy collaboration with us has driven home the point made by the former American First Lady, Hillary Clinton, that it takes a village to raise a child, which plainly speaking means government alone cannot do all for the people. As the political season dawns on us, I wish to urge our political stakeholders and our youths not to poison the waters of our unity with toxic political rhetoric or to engage in violence. I will never be tired of repeating this line that politics will come and politics will go, but the soul and the essence of the Akwa Ibom enterprise will remain an abiding spirit and letter of our collective engagement. Let us eschew violence and embrace the understanding that in any political contest, there must be a winner, and the winner should reach out and embrace the side that didn't win. This is why I stated last Sunday, after the state and federal primaries, that we will soon set up reconciliation committee to reach out to those who may have been aggrieved with outcome of our recently conducted primaries. Winners have emerged, and I urge our people to line up behind the people who have been nominated to continue pushing the levers of development of our state and ensure that the gains we have made in the last 7 years are not frittered away. Akwa Ibom has been an oasis of peace and tranquility. The fundamentals of growth are rock solid all over the nation, and people are wondering how we were able to achieve such spectacular successes across sectors. When the passion is right, great things can and will happen, which is why we are determined to ensure that it will and shall always be forward ever, backward never. Fellow Akwa Ibomites, it is our collective belief that the good Lord who has led us this far is faithful enough to complete and perfect that which he started 7 years ago, as the number 7 stands for godly perfection. To this end, therefore, I implore every Akwa Ibomite to continuously contribute positively to the development and upliftment of this our God-given Akwa Ibom state, as we look forward to a brighter tomorrow. God bless our state, God bless our people, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Akwa Ibom, Edakaida, Ami, Medakanda.